चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, 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 ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। टुगेदर नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतेरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, Chapter 1, chapter entitled Advent of Lord Krishna Introduction, text number 15. 10.1.15. So, therefore, yesterday we discussed 10.1.13, yesterday 14. Today we will try to discuss 15, 16, 17, and 22. Let us see. We have the target to cover many verses today. Shri Shukovacha, Samyak Vyavasita Buddhis, Tav Rajarshi Sattama, Vasudeva Kathayam Te, Yajjata Naishthakirati. Shri Shukovacha, Shri Shukdev Goswami said, Samya, completely, Vyavasita, fixed, Buddhi, intelligence, Tava, of your majesty, Raj Rishi Sattama, the best of Raj Rishi, saintly kings, Vasudeva Kathayam, in hearing about the topics of Vasudeva Krishna, they, your, yat, because, jata, developed, naishtiki, without cessation, rati, attraction, or ecstatic devotional service. Session purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Srila Sukdev Goswami said. So now, after Parikshit Maharaj has requested Sukdev Goswami to speak Krishna Katha, don't think that I am tired or I need any food. And he requested to speak especially about Krishna's pastimes. Okay. So, and asked many wonderful questions. So Sukdev Goswami is replying. Srila Sukdev Goswami said, O your majesty, best of all saintly kings, because you are greatly attracted to the topics of Vasudeva, it is certain that your intelligence is firmly fixed in a spiritual understanding, which is the only true goal for humanity, because that attraction is unceasing. It is certainly sublime. So this attraction for Krishna Katha, how we come to know that someone has attraction for Krishna Katha? By knowing that what kind of questions he asks, isn't it? Someone in this world is attracted to, everyone asks questions, no? Right? Questions are very common. Kal match mein kya hua? By that you understand that what is attracted to? Is attracted to cricket, right? कल ट्रंप ने क्या बोला, कल मोदी ने क्या बोला, क्या हुआ, तो उसका मतलब इज अट्रैक्टेड टू सम पॉलिटिक्स हैपनिंग. Then someone else. So similarly, someone else, वो film star, वो movie का क्या हुआ? So what are your questions are based on what you are attracted to, and प्रभु कल भागवतम में उधर पे छोड़ दिया तो उसके बाद क्या हुआ? Next क्या हुआ? What happened in Krishna's pastimes? Right? That means you're attracted to Krishna. Right? So that's why he's saying that your consciousness is fixed on Krishna, and which is the only true goal. So this is very, very wonderful purport. Krishna Katha is compulsory for Raj Rishi or executive head of government. Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada is saying that someone is going to rule the country. What is the compulsory thing he must do? He should study political science, right? That is optional. Compulsory and optional होता है ना. So क्या compulsory है? Krishna Katha. Krishna Katha is compulsory. He must understand Krishna Katha very well, and then only he can rule and do the government. Why it is so? Can someone say? क्यों कृष्ण के बारे में जानने से हम गवर्नमेंट कैसे रूल करेंगे? What is the relation? Anyone can say? Yes, Amen.
By hearing Krishna Katha, he will be full, so he can.
Okay, very good. So yesterday we were discussing that, because if he hears Krishna Katha, he will himself be complete and full, so he can selflessly give out. He will not try to exploit from the citizens. Very good. Very nice. What else? Even? There is some that spray and rub. That is not. No. Used to spray. Already it is spoiled. Yes. So why? What I should write? Top administrators. Country or society must hear, must be compulsory, no? Krishna Katha. So by saying Krishna Katha is compulsory, all other subjects are optional. First is that they will become full and free from exploitative. They will not need from citizens, rather they will try to give to citizens. What else?
The purpose of a government or administrator is to do betterment for the प्रजा. तो कृष्ण कथा सुनेंगे तो जो लोग एक्चुअली बेटरमेंट कर सकते हैं सब लोगों के लिए, नहीं तो कुछ भी करने की कोशिश करेंगे, मटेरियली देने की कोशिश करेंगे, कुछ हो नहीं सकता. They must have to know the.
Okay, they will impart the spiritual knowledge, and in that way they will do the real welfare. The government must do real welfare. Real welfare workers, basically Krishna consciousness, to perfect their life. Very, very important point. In Prathamara section, this point is most emphasized. That government must do the real work, of helping. Not that government is simply supplying some food, clothing, shelter. That's all. Government should provide food, clothing, shelter for the purpose of practicing bhakti. Else that is simply material work, and people will use all that to do sinful activities. Right? So purpose of life should be provided. Living meaningful life. So the government will open living meaningful life society everywhere. So that you should have a goal. You just don't have a speed. You should have a direction. Okay. Yes.
Like it's a duty of heads to bring this society closer to Krishna.
Similar point. But point is that if you don't know Krishna, how he'll bring them closer to Krishna? So that's why, to bring society closer to Krishna. And for that, they should be convinced about. They should know Krishna. They should love. Thank you. Yes, Prashant.
Today we can see that people are satisfied with the ruling, whatever materialistic things we can give, but they will not be satisfied.
So citizens can't be satisfied with material things like
Money, home, or direct food.
Even more important, sometimes government may decide on technology also. Right? If suppose think that will increase the economic development of the country, will increase the technology, सबको AI system दे दिया, सबको smartphone दे दिया. Suppose government says we'll distribute everyone smartphones free of cost. What do you think? It's a good welfare work. You give education. First you give education. After that, all these things, the citizens will use it. Else they will everything they will misuse. They will misuse for destroying themselves. Yes. What else? Anything else?
No, there will not be unnecessary wars.
Okay. There won't be unnecessary wars with the other country, है ना? This fellow won't unnecessary war नहीं करेगा. Necessary war करना पड़ सकता है. And that's true. Necessary war, just like our Pandavas had to war. If this necessity is there, one should war. That's a duty. Yes. Can be avoided. Yes.
Prabhu, like whatever leadership citizens will follow.
Very, very good point. Very good point. What is that? What is the Yadyad Acharati Shreshtas? Yadyad Acharati Shreshtas. Very, very important point. Common follow leaders. If leader is hearing Krishna Katha and giving a high priority to Krishna Katha, then the common man will follow. What else? There is a
By hearing Krishna Katha, he will understand what is the right decision to take. Or otherwise, based on his own mind, if he takes, then decision will be wrong. But based on scriptures, if he takes decision, that will be the best decision.
Thank you. I was looking for this answer. I will reframe this point. This is a main answer. This I was looking for. Thank you. So because he has to take, this administrator has to take a regular decisions. His decisions must be aligning with Krishna's will. Perfect. Yeah, that's the right word. So point is that there should be administrator has to constantly take decisions. He is like constantly issues are coming and he has to always take. So the decision should be what Krishna wants and how he will understand what Krishna wants unless he is hearing Krishna Katha. Right? So that's a very, very important point. So he should take always constantly. He should think, and understand why he should do that. Because ultimately he should understand. It's not that even if someone is prime minister or president or whatever, he should understand that ultimately I am under Krishna's government. Krishna's government is all in all. I can't be independent of what Krishna wants. If I try to be independent, I will create havoc in the life of citizens, and also in others' life. Because ultimately Krishna's will work. And hence the leader's responsibility is to become very, very highly Krishna conscious. Thank you very much. So this is the first line we gave an explanation. This is the explanation to the first line of the purport. What is the line? Krishna Katha is compulsory for the Raj Rishis or executive head of government. Okay. This is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Imam Rajarshayo Vidu Unfortunately, however, in this age, the governmental power is gradually being captured by third class and fourth class men who have no spiritual understanding, and society is therefore very quickly becoming degraded. Krishna Katha must be understood by the executive heads of government, for otherwise, how will people be happy and gain relief from the pangs of materialistic life? Right? Okay. So this point we already discussed. So people will always engage in sinful activities. For example, if the government, says that we will give subsidy for cow slaughter, suppose government says, the government around 15 years back did that, right? They thought they gave subsidy for cow slaughter. Just imagine. So if government does such kind of activities, so government is what supposed to do? So government is supposed to reduce the miseries of the citizens. Why citizens are miserable? What is the reason? Because of sinful activities. Right? Sins cause miseries and problems. Suppose someone says, you can slaughter more cows, very peacefully. What is happening? Sinful activities are increasing like anything. Like slaughtering any animal is sinful. Slaughtering cow is super sinful, right? Super mega sinful. So much sin increasing. So what is going to happen? The misery is going to increase. So such a foolish government, The government don't understand these things. So in that way, unless one understands Krishna Katha, the government will never be able to take the right decisions for the welfare of citizens. It will only degrade the citizens' standard of life. It will not that by a lot of money will come now, everything will be all right. No. Miseries will increase only. Just like America is a very good example. So much money, but there is so much misery. So much horrible life. Like they're completely frustrated with so much money also. Because money is not what is going to make you happy. One who has fixed his mind in Krishna consciousness should be understood to have very sharp intelligence in regard to the value of life. That means, see, who is an intelligent person? Prabhupada is explaining. Who is an intelligent person? Yes, someone who is make sure that Krishna is my first priority. He is called intelligent. So sometimes in college you may find this person is topper. Oh, he's very intelligent because he is 9.4. He is 9.8. He is 9.7. He is very intelligent. No, you should understand. This is not different people have different capability. That's this. Skills is not intelligence. Okay. Skills is different, intelligence is different. Intelligence is what? What is it?
First priority to Krishna.
One who has fixed his mind on Krishna. That Krishna is my first priority. Whatever happens, I am going to be practicing. This is called topper. So how many of you want to become toppers of the institute? Everyone can become institute topper. Right? By fixing his mind on Krishna. Okay. Because he has understood to have very sharp intelligence in regard to value of life. Maharaj Parikshit was Rajrishi Sattama, the best of all saintly kings. And Shukdev Goswami was Muni Sattama, the best of Munis. Both of them were elevated because of their common interest in Krishna Katha. The exalted position of the speaker and the audience will be explained very nicely in the next verse. Krishna Katha is so enlivening that Maharaj Parikshit forgot everything material, even his personal comfort in relation to food and drink. This is an example of how the Krishna conscious movement should spread all over the world to bring both the speaker and the audience to the transcendental platform and come back home, back to Godhead. So hence, everything will become wonderful if both the audience and the speaker come to Krishna conscious platform, transcendental platform. Okay. So bringing everyone to spiritual consciousness, because in this world, the problems which are there, they can be solved or cannot be solved. Problems of this world cannot be solved. So then what to do with the problems?
Get out of the world.
Get out of the world. What is the right word? Transcend. So there is a lecture of Radhan Maharaj said that don't solve problems because problems solve होगा नहीं. Transcend them. You can transcend. Once you transcend them, problems may remain this whatever. So in that way, because material world is like that. Right? Material world is like that.
But transcend means
Yeah, I'm explaining that. The material world is like that, that problems are going to continue, as it is. For example, suppose someone has got cancer, okay, and suppose, okay, fun में suppose ये chemotherapy करना है, okay, suppose कर लिया chemotherapy किया, ये किया, फलाना करना, जितना कुछ करना है सब करा के, finally डॉक्टर ने बोला, thank you very much, we now can't do anything, है ना? डॉक्टर एक स्टेज आता है कैंसर का, पहले बोलते रहते हैं, पहले ये सब करेंगे, करते रहते हैं, फिर after that, now I can't do anything. So now that means what? You can't solve this problem. Can you solve? अभी कैंसर हो गया, अभी क्या करें? But then you can transcend this problem because cancer causes pain, so much pain. Suppose let's say bone cancer. I'm talking about let's say Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj. He got a bone cancer, which is the most painful cancer, right? It's like, and one point of time even someone lifted his hand got broken down like that. So the whole bone is eaten up by the cancers. Very, very painful. So now, what do you find Bhakti Tirth Maharaj? He's ecstatic. He's having a big smile. He's giving classes. He is doing wonderful kirtans and he's relishing Krishna consciousness. And the doctors are shocked that this no one can survive this much pain, and no one can continue to live without what are the painkillers. This fellow is not taking painkillers, so he's chanting and so he's transcended. You understand? So hence the problems will remain. It's not that the body is not deteriorating. Body is deteriorating. Body will go on finishing after some time. But the spirit soul is ever fresh and happy. Right? So in that way problems will continue. But your consciousness can go up. And hence, when consciousness go up, two things happen. First of all, you are not affected by problems. Okay, that's the first important thing we have to do. Second thing is, because you are not affected by problems, you can deal with it and move ahead in your life. Okay, right? When you are affected, you can't deal with it. To give a simple example, if you are, suppose the disturbances come and suppose financial disturbance comes, okay, and because of financial disturbance, you are very disturbed. You are very anxious that what this problem has happened, what this problem. Then your energy and capacity to deal with the problem will go down, right? But if you are not disturbed by it, okay, ultimately, ultimately everything is in the hand of Krishna, and ultimately it's my destiny only what is supposed to happen. I may not become, crorepati or something. I may be just a simple person living, making sure I have my own basic eating. So if you have this consciousness, simple living, high thinking, a devotee has. So if you have this consciousness, then financial issues come, okay, no problem. So then you are not affected by it, and hence you can deal with it. You can continue, okay, let me do my service more properly, let me do my job more nicely, let me take care of this nicely. So when you are transcended the issue, you are not getting affected by it, you can deal with it. You can take the right steps. Else you are simply angry and shouting, what is this? Why this is happening? Why my boss did like this? Why is it? I'll not leave them. What is use of shouting like this? Are you doing anything to solve it? Right? So hence, don't solve problems, transcend them. If you transcend them, first thing is you yourself will be out of it, the problem, and then you can deal with it. One example we give is of a traffic jam. I've given this example. Suppose there is a car stuck in a huge traffic jam of 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer तक पूरा जैम है. होता है ऐसा बॉम्बे में बहुत होता है, बड़े बड़े शहरों में होता है पूरा एकदम. और यहाँ पर आप बैठे हुए हैं कार में, ठीक है. So now one option you have is that you keep shouting the car in front of you. What is this? Why you are not moving? Pee, 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 pee. You can keep shouting on him continuously. Is it a good idea? You can keep blaming others, you can keep shouting, and nothing is going to happen. But transcending them means, suppose a helicopter comes. Tick, 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 tick. you transcend. You come here, right? So by transcending here, first thing, two things have happened. One thing has happened is that you have transcended. I mean, you are no more in traffic jam. Hare Bol. You have transcended traffic jam. Second thing is that you can also find the cause. You see from here you can see, 1 kilometer ahead there was an accident. And then due to that accident, now there's big crane machines and all that has come, they're removing. So it will take some half an hour, 1 hour time for them to remove all that. And then, then the traffic will flow. So now you know the cause. Now you'll not start shouting at him. You know that this person or this person, they are not the cause of them. Why should blame them and criticize them? There's some other cause. Now you can deal with it. Right? You can also help people to understand, okay, I know what is the cause, what happened is this happened. Be patient. You can help them also. And if this helicopter is capable, it can take you from here to here directly, and you can keep moving. Right? You solve the problem also in one sense. Right? But you may not solve it in the sense that कि मैं कुछ कर दूंगा. This will take half an hour, 1 hour. You can't solve it. Okay, understand? But you can transcend. Okay. So that is what Krishna consciousness does. It gives you strength. Not just a superficial strength, a real strength, because you come to the platform of reality. Now many people talk about this thing in terms of goodness. Do meditation, प्राणायाम करो, ऐसे सांस लो और अभी आपको अच्छा लगेगा. पर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हुआ क्या अभी? सॉल्व तो नहीं हो रहा. बट दिस इज एटलीस्ट गुड. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट दिस इज बैड, बिकॉज people want to solve the problem other way also, going to mode of ignorance. Mode of ignorance what? बहुत टेंशन हो रहा है, चलो शराब पी ले, एक बोतल पी लिया, अभी सब प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो गया. क्योंकि सब भूल गए, right? So mode of ignorance, by absorbing one tries to solve problem. Some people solve problem by going to mode of passion. ठीक है, let me work harder and harder and harder. उस हार्ड वर्क से कुछ होने नहीं वाला है, और प्रॉब्लम बढ़ जाएगा. Then mode of goodness means, okay, relax, calm down, take a deep breath, go to some nature. चलो तुमको शिमला लेके जाते हैं, हरिद्वार लेके जाते हैं, कहीं जाके बैठो, मेडिटेट करो. Mode of goodness. But the real solution is what? Chant Hare Krishna and understand who you are. You are eternal servant of Krishna. You have nothing to do with this material world. So then immediately you come out of it, instantly, and in a real platform. These are all illusion. Even mode of goodness is also illusion. None of these are real. Real platform is I am servant of Krishna. Oh, I am servant of Krishna. I have nothing to do with the material world. Hari Bol, Jai Ho. And immediately you are out of the problem, and then you can deal with it. Right? Understand? So this is what Krishna Katha does. Krishna Katha makes you absorb in the truth and reality. This is also intoxication. Krishna Katha is also intoxication. They take this intoxication, but that goes to more ignorance, and they're degraded, and the problem don't get solved. It increases only. Whereas this intoxication, that is hearing Krishna Katha, chanting, dancing, this makes you transcend, and you come to reality, truth. Okay? Make sense? Text 16. Vasudeva Katha Prashna Purusham Trin Punatihi Vaktaram Prachakam Shrotram Tatpada Salilam Yatha. Translation. The Ganges emanating from the toe of Lord Vishnu purifies the three worlds, the upper, middle and lower planetary systems. Similarly, when one asks questions about pastimes and characteristics of Lord Vasudeva Krishna, three varieties of men are purified: the speaker or preacher, he who inquires, and the person in general who listens. So another important thing about Krishna Katha is that it purifies the heart. So we have to remember that the problems come because of sinful life. Sinful life comes because of
impure heart.
Let's say
heart
I'll
is
say sinful desires. Okay. Sinful desires. Sinful life comes because of sinful desires, which is the dirt. Okay. This is the dirt. Right. So Krishna Katha, what it does? It
clean.
cleans the heart, destroys the dirt. If dirt is gone, that is sinful desire gone, then there is no sinful life. Then there is no problem. Understood? It's very simple. Right?
तो लाइफ का प्रॉब्लम पास्ट लाइफ का सिंपल एक्टिविटीज का भी रिएक्शंस
Yes, सबसे पास्ट लाइफ का रिएक्शन भी डिस्ट्रॉय करता है. Krishna consciousness destroys the reactions of the previous lives. What is the question?
That is my question. So it will that it will clean our heart, and so then we will not act sinfully further. But whatever we have done in our past life, that
So
problems will come.
that's what I'm saying. That, so future problems will not have sequence I told you. Then another thing which what is that? Which Krishna consciousness does is it destroys sinful reactions also, previous sinful reactions. Okay.
So for that you have to surrender fully to Krishna. Why?
Krishna keeps removing. That's what you should surrender fully. That's what we are talking. We all should surrender fully. That's what is the subject. So when we surrender fully, then it is fully destroyed. When we surrender partially, it's partially destroyed. Don't think it's a digital. It's not like it's either 0 or 1. Either surrender is not 0 or 1. Okay, understand? Surrender is not like this fellow is not surrendered. This fellow is surrendered. 100%. Not 0 and 100. There is in between. Okay, 20% surrender, 20% cleansing and happen. Okay. Krishna keep cleansing. Krishna is very personal. Rather 20% you surrender, Krishna will clean 25%. थोड़ा ज़्यादा करते हैं. Krishna is very merciful. He loves you. He is a person. He is not a machine. I don't know. इतना किया तो इतना ही मिलेगा आपको. वो कोई machine नहीं है. वो person है. और कभी-कभी नहीं भी करेंगे. उनके ऊपर है. Like I think Chaitanya Chandra was giving this example. You throw a ball on wall, the ball will come back. But when you understand on the other side is Krishna, you throw a ball, ball may not come back. Krishna will keep the ball. It's not good for him. Or 2 balls may come back. Krishna may throw 2 balls or 10 balls. So he's a person. So when you are dealing with law of karma, it's quite mechanical. But when you are dealing with Krishna, it's very personal. So hence he can destroy. He can, if you want, he can destroy all sinful reactions, even if you surrender 5%. It's up to him. Krishna can take away. Actually, Krishna does that. He actually takes away all your sinful reactions and keep in his pocket. When you surrender to Krishna, begin your surrender itself. Krishna takes all your sinful reactions and keeps in pocket. And tell to all the grahas, nakshatras, Rahu, Shani, आप लोग का भी इसके प्रति कोई वो नहीं है. ठीक है, छोड़ दो इसको. And माया देवी छोड़ दो उसको. अभी ये मैं देखता हूँ उसको. Krishna has his own way. अभी आपके चार्ट काम नहीं करेगा. आपका जो ज्योतिष वाला चार्ट है कुछ काम ही नहीं करेगा अभी. क्योंकि अभी तो आप कृष्ण के उसमें हो. Now Krishna will decide कौन सा रिएक्शन देना है. ये वाला रिएक्शन उसको देते हैं जो पुराना सिंफुल रिएक्शन है. कृष्ण में गिव will not give. अब तो वो डायनेमिक्स बहुत अलग है. ठीक है. Once you start surrendering to Krishna, once you are in the process of Sharanagati, this all things begins. You may not be 100% surrendered, but you have begun the process. Krishna is going to now have his own dynamics. So that's why I'm saying, that's why the problems are finished, in that sense. You are now out of the problems of the material world. Now the problems which are coming are simply Krishna's arrangement to purify you and take you ahead. So different dynamics goes on now. Okay, it's no more just like law of gravitation acts on a certain level, but at certain level law of gravitation doesn't know. New laws are there. What is that? Law of electromagnetism laws. Right? So those laws at certain level, those laws start, and gravitation theory is no more working there. Right? Understand? So once you come to that point, you have transcended the laws of material nature. Now new laws, Krishna's laws. Okay. So the point is what? Purification happens by Krishna Katha. That is another important point. So that means that will ensure our problems are finished. Okay. And किसका purification होता है?
Is with the
One who is speaking Krishna Katha, one who is hearing Krishna Katha, one is asking. Someone asks the question, I have a question. So who asks question, he gets purified. Someone who answers the question, it should be all about Krishna. He gets purified. And someone who heard, baki log jo sune, they also get purified. 3 people get purified. So this is like Ganga. It is said, Tasmat Gurum Prapaddeta Jigyasu Shri Uttamam. Those interested in understanding transcendental subject matter as goal of life must approach the bona fide spiritual master. Tasmat Gurum Prapaddeta. One must surrender to such a guru who can give right information about Krishna. Herein Maharaj Parikshit has surrendered to the right personality Shukdev Goswami for enlightenment in Vasudev Katha. Vasudev is the original personality of Godhead who has unlimited spiritual activities. Srimad Bhagavatam is the record of such activities and Bhagavad Gita is the record of Vasudev speaking personally. Therefore, since the Krishna conscious movement is full of Vasudev Katha, anyone who hears, anyone who joins the movement and anyone who preaches will be purified. So this whole Krishna movement is actually meant to solve all the problems of the world. Right? Because kuch bhi touch aayega Krishna movement ka, immediately he will be purified and then what will happen? Naturally all his problems will be finished. Right? So hence you have to understand this Krishna movement is meant for this purpose. Very important verse and purport. Next one. You're supposed to have Mangalarati 6:55 or 6:50? What's the right time? You have all decided. 50. Okay. I think I'll just fast take this verse and read the purport. Let's take the 5:55 is okay. No? Yesterday I did more than that. No? Today not so much. Bhumir dripta nripa vyaja Dairnika shatayutai Akranta bhuri bharena Brahmanam sharanam yayau. Translation. Once when Mother Earth was overburdened by hundreds of thousands of military phalanxes of various conceited demons dressed like kings, she approached Lord Brahma for relief. So this is how the Krishna Leela is beginning. But this verse itself, Srila Prabhupada gives a very, very wonderful and interesting purport. Please hear. Yeah? Purport. Devotee is ready, no? Purport. When the world is overburdened by unnecessary military arrangements, and when various demonic kings are executive heads of a state, this burden causes the appearance of Supreme Personality of Godhead. As Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata bhuddhanam dharmasya tadatmanam sajamiham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I appear myself. When the residents of this earth become atheistic. So Prabhupada, see, this is, in one sense, this is a historical incident. 5,000 years ago, there were so many military, so many demons like Kamsa, Dantavakra, Shishupal, and even this Duryodhana and team, they were also like demonic personalities. So many of these people were occupying Jarasandha. All these people were, increasing their military so much. So many demonic people increased. So that time, it is said that Krishna descended. This is what this verse is saying. Now Prabhupada is bringing this verse into present tense. Try to understand. Because abhi aisa problem hai kya? I used to think in my childhood, this, because we read this verse Yada Yada Dharmasya from childhood, we are hearing it. Maybe in the television it used to come, no? कौन से श्लोक में आता है? महाभारत. वहाँ पर शुरू होता था शायद इस श्लोक से, no? So then we have been hearing that when problems are there, then Krishna descends. So from my childhood I used to think that. So now the problems are there. So Krishna should descend now. Right? So what about that? Now problems, Krishna is right now there. Adharmasya, so much adharma is happening. So why Krishna is not descending? Now Krishna should appear. Right? But this purport gives the answer that yes, that's true. So that's why Prabhupada is bringing in present tense. When the residents of this earth become atheistic and godless, they descend to the status of animals like dogs and hogs, and thus their only business is to bark among themselves. Hare Krishna. And this was happening at the either at the whether you go from the nuclear family to the society to the states to the nation, within the nation, in the international, everywhere people are barking, and fighting. This is adharmasya glani, deviation from the goal of life. The human life is meant for attaining the highest perfection of Krishna consciousness. But when people are godless and the presidents or kings are unnecessarily puffed up with military power, their business is to fight and increase the military strength of their different states. Nowadays, therefore, it appears every state is busy manufacturing atomic weapons to prepare for a third world war. I was just thinking that Prabhupada has written this statement around 50 years. 50 years ago, exactly 50 years ago, Prabhupada has written this. But how much relevant is this statement even today? Prabhupada's books are not becoming old, it is becoming more relevant, it seems. Such preparations are certainly unnecessary. They reflect the false pride of the heads of state. The real business of the chief executive is to see to the happiness of mass of people by training them in Krishna consciousness in different divisions of life. Chaturvarnyamaya Shristam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. A leader should train the people as Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras and engage them in various occupational duties, thus helping them progress toward Krishna consciousness. Instead, however, rogues and thieves in the guise of protectors arrange for a voting system, and in the name of democracy, they come to power by hook or crook and exploit the citizens. Even long ago, Asuras, persons devoid of God consciousness, became head of states. And now this is happening again. The various states of the world are preoccupied with arranging for military strength. Sometimes they spend 65% of government's revenue for this purpose. Now how much? You may have idea. I think 80 plus. Yeah, Prabhupada, 50 years ago it was 65%. So some progress has to happen. Now 80% of government revenue for this purpose. But why should people's hard-earned money be spent in this way? Because of the present world situation, please hear this last statement for which I am reading. Please hear. Because of the present world situation, Krishna has descended in the form of the Krishna consciousness movement. Hariho. This is quite natural, for without the Krishna consciousness movement, the world cannot be peaceful and happy. And one more purport of text 22, Prabhupada also says there. I'll just read the 1, 2, 3 lines of purport. Prabhupada says that without reference to the supreme power of the personality of Godhead, demons assert themselves to be independent kings and presidents, and thus they create a disturbance by increasing their military power. When such disturbances are very prominent, Krishna appears. At present also, various demonic states all over the world are increasing their military power in many ways, and the whole situation has become distressful. Therefore, Krishna has appeared by his name in the Hare Krishna movement, which will certainly diminish the burden of the world. Philosophers, religionists, and people in general must take to this movement very seriously, for man-made plans and devices will not help bring peace on earth. The transcendental sound Hare Krishna is not different from the person Krishna. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinnatva Nama Naminu. There is no difference between sound Hare Krishna and Krishna the person. So Krishna is incarnated in this Krishna's movement in the form of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Right. So in that way, Krishna has come to now again remove the burden. Now it is up to us to take Krishna everywhere. Right? Krishna has come in the form of holy names, in this moment. In Krishna's movement, in the form of holy names. So more we spread this Krishna consciousness movement, Hare Krishna movement, and take this holy name around, more we will solve the problems of this world. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. If there are any questions, we will take it during Prasadam time.
जय।